Man. So before I get a review, did you guys hear about that? I did hear an announcement a while ago, but they're going to do another Fruits Basket project. I thought they were going to do Fruits Basket another or something, about the future. But instead, it's actually about Toru's parents instead. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope this is a film and not a show, or probably just an OVA. I really don't want to get into it fully. Probably a 2 episode or 3 episode OVA, or just a movie where it shows, Toru's mom on the bad side of the tracks, and how she met the dad, and the parents have approved of the marriage, and they're going through the struggle, which will be good to see. But I'm hoping it's not gonna be a show, a full-out show, because it'll be kind of tediously long. But other than that, I do look forward to it nonetheless. And I do remember Fruits Basket another didn't really get good receivings from people, actually, sadly. Um, I don't remember much of it, so I guess that's the reason why. But anyways, there's not really much to talk about the conclusion of this show. Um, it was just everyone in their feelings of how they can move on, where to move on from here. Like I said, the fear of endless, terrifying, bounding freedom. Because you're not used to this freedom. So imagine you being a grown-up person being sheltered all your life, and now you're forced to be out in this outside world, not knowing what to do all on your own. Is pretty terrifying. So, especially if you weren't truly born into a hardship. Yes, they had their own version of their own trials and misery, but they were still being well taken care of nonetheless. These children live a life of luxury despite their misery, when you really think about it. They're all pretty boys and girls. They'll do just fine. They'll be pretty ignorant, but they'll be okay. And of course, seeing this, we can see all the characters, and some characters I don't remember because they barely gain screen time, like the monkey person and stuff. Kagura, moving on, how she has to accept that weird location where her and the monkey are just looking at the screen like, yes, they will have their happy ending. Like, okay, freaky. Or one of the two younger ones, the middle schoolers, how they're finally hugging each other and stuff, saying how it's okay to cry because you love them, so there's nothing wrong with that, and it's okay, Or how Shigure wants a life where he wants to be laid back and just live with Akito, but now they have some redemption to do, so he's gonna get that part, but he'd rather have Akito than anything else, so that's a win for him. Of course, with Yuki and Muchi, where they're going off to university and stuff, and he found someone. And people always thought that Yuki was in love with Toru that way, but no, it was really a motherly way. He never really had that mother figure in his life, so he felt attached to Toru in that way, where she was a motherly figure. And Toru, hearing that, really got to her heart because she didn't have her mom with her for a while, and so she always tried to be her best to be just like her mother. So to hear that from someone really got to her, saying, "Yeah, she did. She got the approval. She made it. That's good for her and stuff." And of course, the thing with Kyo, how her friends, pretty much, Kyo and Toru's friends, how they're saying, "Yeah, they like him. They just like picking on him. He's just dumb, but he's a dumb, lovable idiot." So therefore, they like hang around him. The thing that shocked me, I didn't remember, is the golf one actually being together with Kyo's master. I don't remember that, but I guess it happened. I like how the student, like how they were listening in on each other's conversations. How Haru and Momoju were having conversations about moving on and stuff, and then the sensei and Toru's friend was listening on to that, and the student was listening on. And they're like, "Holy crap!" That was a funny part. Then of course Yuki's brother, how they're saying how, of course it's scary, it's lonely leaving them off the nest, but that's why we give them a box of love, a care package. I'm like, God damn it, I didn't get a care package when I left. Now I think that was kind of kicked out, but there's a story that I'm never going to hear. But nonetheless, this was good. There really isn't anything like Fruits Basket since Horimiya. Seriously. I've been watching these love romantic animes for a while, even up to date on them. I still watch them today, but none of them still can compete with Fruits Baskets like this. They really can't. And it's kind of a damn shame. And the ones that do don't get enough attention, which sucks. I guess because that part of shoujo isn't here anymore. Because I'm tired of that part of shoujo now where it takes them forever to go out, or how they're just scared to even just hold hands in public. Like, if you want to, and then they look at about hold hands. How it was probably to the point where back in the mid 2000s, where we're hoping just to see them kiss. Hell, now it's hard to see them just to fucking hold hands now, and it really teased me off. It really does. I know I'm going off a tangent rant, but just walking Fruits back and see how now that they're in a relationship, they're hugging and holding each other and kissing, and without being all embarrassed about it. They will if it was in public sometimes, but other than that, that's it. But that's how it was back in those shows. It was more realistic relationships than it is today, where you can barely get to hug each other or hold hands, for God's sakes. This is like, are you kidding me? Like, this is how you see relationships now in freaking Japan? Manga writers? I hope that's not the case, because it's kind of sad. And it's amazing. I was hoping to do a nice clear review on it, but the more I kept thinking about how this is based off an old manga, and how the concept of relationships were more straightforward than it is today, where you don't go anywhere most of the time with the relationships, even though you know they get with each other, but you don't get to see it in the manga because they're too busy with them just being around each other or having crushes on each other, but too afraid to ask each other out. There are manga out there. I keep telling you, there are manga out there where they just start going out, or even like Horimi and stuff, where they do start going out. But like I said, they're rarely focused on. They barely get animated, and really tease me off. Like, why don't you animate these kind of manga, where once they start going out in the beginning and you see how a relationship works out? Or then they'll do the ones where that's a married couple and stuff like that, and then see where they go through life of a married couple, which I also enjoy, like Tonikawa, Over the Moon for You, which is very good. Very good. Then it gets a little dark in the recent chapters that happened. Like, when people saw the latest cover for a volume, people were like, "Whoa, this is Tonikawa!" Like, holy shit! Watch Tonikawa, by the way. And of course, Kaguya-sama Wants to Be Confessed To. That takes right. That's actually on hiatus right now. The manga creator hasn't done anything lately. I really wish they would go back to writing Instant Bullet, but I guess that won't ever happen. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of good romance anime and manga out there, especially from back in the day, But the ones today, in my opinion, the modern ones that are very mainstream, really suck and stuff. Like Uzaki-chan, I don't like, because even the latest part of the manga, it just goes back to fucking square one. It really does. Even after hearing the truth, how Izaki feels, they go back straight to square fucking one, and that's when I dropped it. I dropped it, like, no, you're almost close to 100 chapters, and you want to just go back to square one like that. That is not funny. That is nerve-wracking. That is freaking annoying. That's an ass pull. Then there's, of course, the thing with Skill Teacher Takagi, where it's repetitive. It's cute, but it's repetitive as hell. It's the same thing, no true development. She always wins, the same thing. And even when they do get married and have a child, which is interesting, is at least it adds a better insight and mix to it. It makes the other part of the middle school kind of irrelevant. Like, I don't want to see this no more. I see them as adults and parents now. I don't care about that. Shove it away. Then, of course, there's a one that's really good, Nagatoro, where it's a perfect mix where she's waiting for him to build confidence in himself to be a better person before they ask each other out. Where the relationship is actually moving in the manga, which actually I enjoy. So in my opinion, I think I should do a video about Nagatoro soon, actually. That's what I'm going to do, actually. Do a video about Nagatoro. Probably tomorrow. We'll see. Well, anyways, I started talking about other things. Only because, like I said, there wasn't really much to talk about in the Fruits Basket show. They moved on. The ship's been made, the couples are out there, they're moving on, and they're going to live their lives. That's all I can say. It was nice, it was beautifully animated, I've already said these things, so there's that. And I'm looking forward to the little prequel thing, which will be nice, so I'm looking forward to that. Even though they all die, but hey, that's just how it is in life sometimes, Not always happiness. But anyways, it was one heck of a ride. I enjoyed it. I know some of y'all were upset I reviewed season 2 only because of COVID, and I didn't feel like watching and stuff because it felt weird. It's like when you watch an old anime, and you're used to watching it in dub, it feels weird watching in sub. That's all there's to it. You know, like even feels weird for me to watching Shaman King and in sub because I was so used to watching in dub. So even for that, it feels weird. But I'm trying to keep my word here if I continue reviewing it. So that's all I can say for that. So anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrown on Anime, signing out.